The Flash movie is shaping up to be a really good movie. Like, it sounds like a really cool, epic superhero movie, especially with all the announcements we've heard of Michael Keaton coming back as Batman, Ben Affleck. Now we're getting Sasha Calle as Supergirl. So, we're getting some crazy stuff in this movie. But the sad part, though, is that this is the Flash movie. But it's not really that much about the Flash. Obviously, he's the lead in the movie, and this is the first ever movie about the Flash. But now it looks like not only is this movie going to be mainly focusing on multiverse stuff and multiple Batmen, but also we're not going to be getting a Flash villain, which really sucks. I mean, you wait all these years to finally get a Flash movie, and then it's kind of just used as a tool to reset the DCEU, and you don't even get a Flash villain, which is kind of crazy. So anyway, this news is coming from Casey Walsh on Twitter, who is a very reliable scooper. He's brought us some pretty good stuff before. And basically he said that he has looked at one of the casting grids for this movie for the villain. And the description of this character is pretty vague, so he doesn't know for sure that it is a Batman villain, but the description for this villain makes the character sound more like a Batman villain rather than a Flash villain. And he said that it's a character that would be like a new iteration of a classic DC villain, with like some sort of multiversal twist. So I'm not completely sure. Again, like, there's nothing here saying officially that it is a Batman villain. It just sounds like a Batman villain. So basically, first of all, that means it's not going to be a Flash villain. So no Reverse Flash, no Zoom, Savitar, any of those cool Flash speedster villains. Not even the Rogues with like Captain Cold or anything, which really sucks. I would have loved to seen that. But it might be a Batman villain, which doesn't really make sense, because if this movie is Flashpoint and it's all about the multiverse and everything, how is a Batman villain going to tie into this? And we know it's like a new version of this character, but I don't know, like, are you going to be seeing a multiverse Joker or like a multiverse Riddler, Penguin, or Two-Face? Like, multiverse Ra's al Ghul? Like, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense with how many Batmans we're going to be having in this movie, but I mean, the fact that this is the first ever movie about the Flash, and then you don't even have a Flash villain in this, it's kind of weird, and I don't know. It's interesting and really just confusing. Like, why would they do this? Literally, like, almost all the reports we've been getting from DC over the past couple months, the majority of them are like, literally DC is giving us the opposite of what we want. And this is one of those things, like, why can't you just give us Reverse Flash? Literally, this movie is loosely based off Flashpoint, and that story is all about the Reverse Flash. Why would you not just give us the Reverse Flash? So, again, I don't really know who this villain could be, because while Casey Walsh said it sounds like a Batman villain, that doesn't necessarily mean it will be a Batman villain. But this character is tied to a classic DC villain. It's like a new iteration of this character, following in the footsteps of the original villain. So I really have no idea who this could be. Really no idea. So I'm really confused by this, and I really don't know what's going on. But guys, of course, let me know down in the comments below all your thoughts on this. Are you disappointed we won't be getting an actual Flash villain for the Flash movie? And based off of the information we know so far, who do you think the villain of the Flash movie could be? This possible Batman villain with a twist. So we'll see what happens, but thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.